All right, who is ready for some December football? Well, I am. That means the final NFL Power Rankings of November are here, and the man behind the rankings is a journalist who's watched every episode of The Twilight Zone, and I'm actually currently trying to accomplish that same goal. That would be New York Post NFL reporter Ryan Dunleavy. Ryan, how's it going, man?
I'd love to talk Twilight Zone power rankings, Dex, if you want.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that. So it's funny, and I was inspired by seeing this in your Twitter bio, and I've watched a lot of episodes of The Twilight Zone, but I realized there's so many that I've missed, so I've been going back and watching. We'll have to talk about that later. We'll do our own power rankings with that. But Ryan, in your NFL power rankings, not a ton of movement this week, but the Giants, they had a 4-spot drop out of the top 10 from 9 to 13. Can Big Blue return to the top 10 next month?
Sure, yeah. I mean, they get 2 games with the Commanders, so I think I have it at 11. 2 games with the Eagles, who are sitting at 2. So, yeah, obviously those wins will go a long way. The way I do these decks is kind of who you lost to or who you beat matters a lot, and what kind of streak you're on. And this is obviously the worst the Giants have played, the back-to-back losses, non-competitive really against the Lions. So that's why they've taken a tumble. I think they were at 5 a couple weeks ago. Now they're all the way down to 13.
Yeah, fans not liking that they have had that drop, but like Ryan said, they have a chance to move back up in December. We shall see. Now the Jets, their victory over the Bears in Week 12, it didn't really move the needle for them, up 1 spot from 17 to 16. Do you need to see more against better competition to be impressed with Gangrene?
Yeah, better competition, like you said, Dex. I mean, look, there's nothing you can do. You play the teams in front of you, but the Jets have beat 5 backup quarterbacks for their 7 wins. The other 2 are Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen, nothing to sneeze at. But the 5 backup quarterbacks, I mean, you're not going to get much in terms of power rankings boost when you're beating up on Trevor Simeon's Bears. So they did what they had to do, but obviously, they have the Vikings, who I think I have at 5 or 6 this week coming up. So if that's an alarm sounding, they'll be in the top 10 if they win at Minnesota.
Yeah, that would be a huge win there if they can pick one up on the road in Minnesota. And lastly, 2 teams jumped up 4 spots. The Bengals from 12 to 8, the Commanders from 15 to 11. The Steelers, they also moved up 8 spots from 30 to 22. I like that. Which of these teams are you keeping your eye on in December?
Well, it's not the Steelers. I mean, the bottom line is teams 20 through 32 are all kind of jumbled together. They all have 3-4 wins. They're all basically the same. You can make huge jumps from 20 to 32. Inside the top 20 are hard jumps, which is what makes the Commanders so impressive right now, Dex. They're playing lights out since Taylor Heineke took over at quarterback. And really, they're their streak, plus they're the benefit of the Titans lost, the Ravens lost, the Bucks lost, a bunch of teams who were sitting like 9 through 14 last week. The Giants lost. A bunch of teams who were sitting 9 through 14 lost. It's like, well, who's the hottest team here of these middle of the pack teams? And it's Washington. So they went up from 15 to 11, and they get their next 2 games are against the Giants, bye week Giants. So 2 games to really keep an eye on in the NFC East, which could get all 4 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that all shakes out in the NFC East. Giants fans will be watching these power rankings. So will the Jets fans. Ryan and I, we're going to be watching the Twilight Zone. That's for sure. Ryan, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you as always.
Thanks, Dex.